On his 10th birthday, a hurricane tore the roof off of Amil Gujar's house and sucked him into the sky. At least, that is how it felt to him. He had begun the day as he began every day, perched on top of the telegraph pole which stood outside the tiny 2-roomed house which he shared with his mother and father, his 2 younger brothers, and his grandparents. No one in his street owned a telephone, nor had ever used one. But that did not matter to Amil. With his long, spidery limbs, he would climb the wooden pole every morning before breakfast, and every afternoon after school, staring into the wind for so long that his thick black hair had become permanently pushed back from his face like the branches of a windswept tree. This was Amil's favorite place. From the top, he could see the ancient dome temples of Bhopal, rising like giant golden onions from the old part of the city, and trace the black telegraph cable as it drew long, low scoops across the sky towards him. Then, as it skimmed over his head, his eyes would follow the line all the way to the pesticide plant, which lay half a mile in the opposite direction. He never tired of gazing at its towering silver storage tanks and imagining himself working there one day, alongside his father and his uncle Ravi, his beloved Chachaji. Until then, with a turn of his head, he could see India's past and its future, and he was precisely where he wanted to be, right in the middle. On any normal morning, he would have stayed aloft long enough to watch his uncle walk from his house nearby, which he shared with his wife Maya and their 2 young daughters, to collect his father for work. As he approached, his uncle would look up and wave to him. Then his father would emerge from the house wearing his blue overalls and white safety helmet, and together they would set off for the pesticide plant. But this morning, his father had not gone to work. Today was a special day. The aroma of warm aloo prantha, freshly baked by his mother in honor of his birthday, drew him back down to earth, and he rushed indoors. His brothers and his grandparents were still soundly asleep in the back room. But his mother and father were waiting for him, stiff and unsmiling.